you're buying raw material from, well, not raw material, you're buying scraps from either manufacturers, other folks that are producing goods, or just the general public. And then you're bringing that into your facility, you're sorting it, and then if it's, for example, aluminum, you're kind of running it through your machinery so that it can separate the aluminum from like any other metal that may be there. And then you are selling that to who will eventually, I guess, create some sort of raw material another manufacturer can use. Is that right?
Yeah, typically what happens is when we sell the product and it goes and they smelt it down, they're going to remake that material into probably a coil or an ingot, something of like a new production form. And then they've got their customers, whether it's the auto industry or trying to think of another one. I mean, it could be a trailer manufacturer. Anybody that needs this grade, they're going to buy it in like a big coil or ingot form. And then it's going to be transported, whether it's by rail, truck, whatever it is, to their facility. They'll offload it. And then they're going to put it through their systems, whether it's an extruder system, whether it's, they're pouring, smelting the stuff back down and pouring their own molds with, car doors or car hoods, whatever it is. But that's basically what they do. The people we sell to puts it in a coil form, and then they sell to their customers. But a lot of what we do too is we service a lot. We do like demolition companies. If they're tearing down buildings, you're getting a lot of steel out of there. You're getting a lot of insulated wire. There's a ton of trash. We typically try to stay away from the trash side of it. If we got to do a contract where we got to service the trash, we'll do it. But we've got, hundreds of roll-offs and trailers and, van trailers, open top trailers, whatever it is, to set out at these different accounts. If it's a demo job, if a bridge is coming down, they want 6-7 trucks a day getting live loaded. You're just back and forth because they got a crane on site and they got to get the metal out. And, but other guys, just manufacturers, if they've got scrap that they're accumulating, we'll set a box at their facility. And once they get it full, they call us, we switch it out. And then, we bring it in, we grade it. The buyer, which is like our sales, our industry's backwards. We buy our material, we buy from our customers. So like, we're not trying to buy, we're buying a commodity from our customers. And typically people are trying to sell a product. So they're trying to collect money from somebody. We're trying to pay somebody. So it's kind of different. So in our industry, the top dollar, the more we can pay you, typically, the more competitive we are in the market. So yeah, we service a lot of industrial, whether it's demolition, manufacturing. There's people that make circuit boards. We service some of that stuff. That's more van trailer. People that are making transformers and utility panels for houses or industrial. There's a lot of copper that comes out of that stuff. So we might have to take a bunch of little 4x4 bins and put it in their facility, and they put it underneath their machines. Then they bring it out back and dump it into a big roll-off or something. So, every customer is different, and we just set up a recycling program for them, and we can modify on the go depending on what they got going on, and we're constantly working with them to make them as efficient as they can be and maximize the return on their scrap.
The logistics here, when you mention, all those trucks, the roll-offs and all these other things sound very complicated. How are you kind of handling that as a team, as a company, or staying on top of, where you need to send your trucks and roll-offs, things like that?
So if it's a new customer and they're wanting some type of roll-off box or a trailer, it has to go to one of our buyers. The buyer makes contact. The customer will call the facility. They'll say, hey, I need a box or whatever. So then they'll refer it over to one of our buyers. Our buyers take the phone call, get the information from them. They might have to go on site, kind of look at the facility, see what works best, and then make sure it makes sense too. If it's a little cleanup job and they don't have much weight and it's not even going to offset the transportation costs for us to do this, we'll just tell them, like, we can do it, but we got to charge you. Otherwise, if you bring it in yourself, take a couple pickup loads or whatever, we'll pay you once you get here. So it always goes to a buyer, but once the buyer gets it set up, then it goes to our transportation department, and basically it's all handled through that. We've got a team of people in there that, they're constantly getting emails or phone calls. We need to switch, we need this. And then they also have to schedule all the stuff that's coming into the yard. They have to schedule to get it back out. So it's a lot of moving parts, but we got software for it. And like I said, we got a team of people. We just built a whole new transportation building with 2 truck scales. It seems to be growing and working out. But yeah, we've got buyers that talk with the business owners, and they create a plan that works. And if there's an issue, or if a truck, breaks down at the facility and you get hydraulic oil all over the parking lot. I mean, they worry about their stormwater and environmental issues. And, then we got a power washing company that we call that has filtration systems. We get them out there, clean the mess up, make sure it's good. And typically the business owners are pretty happy with it.
This is a lot more complicated than I thought. I don't think about scrap metal often, so
Yeah.
it's fascinating to hear. And this is really as green as you can get. This is the best thing you can do for the planet, right? Like in terms
Yeah.
of this type of recycling.
Our saying is doing what's right for better tomorrow. And I mean, you can implement that in, personal, professional, however you want to do it. But ultimately that's what we're trying to do is recycle as much as we can and keep it out of landfills.
Right.